Hello and welcome, my good kin. It has been, indeed, a little bit of a while, but distance makes the heart grow fonder. Hello, Froggy, Ronan, Entity, Conan Butter, Siliculus Nicholas, Squilmic, Entity Goomster, Jack Ninja. I hope that all of you are doing well. Conan, it's been some time since you've been able to make it. Hi, how have you been? I hope that everyone's doing swell today. It's been a minute. Yeah, Ronan, it has been a little bit. It's been, when was the last time? I mean, it hasn't been that long. I've taken longer breaks before, but it has been about I think it's been 4 days. About 4 days since the last stream. Is this a kale party I see? It is a little bit of a kale party. This is what it would look like. I'm not gonna do a big dookie right now, Jack, okay? I'm sorry. And yes, Goomster, this is National Park. You have an amazing year as always. Surprisingly, you're not driving today, you're actually home early. Well, seems like the stars are aligning here, Ronan. You know, you're home early. I streamed just when you got home or when you were ready to join in for the stream. Things are going well. How bad are you delayed? There is no lesson that I need to be taught, Ronan. There is no lesson. You guys like what's going on the screen here? You know, initially I was gonna have something more upbeat when this was playing, or when this was going on the screen, but oh well. Let me get rid of that. I want to tell you guys a story. It's a little silly story that I want to share with you. When Kalecraft? Norm, I don't know. I need to ask Mesomannequin when he would be free so that we can, you know, get together and, you know, do what we need to do. Also check on if the villager's done anything, all that kind of stuff. Norm yeah. What's wrong with talking about some Kalecraft? We got a Kalecraft wiki, we got Kalecraft videos, we got Kalecraft edits, by the way. Shout out to Froggy and Rin with the Kaleidoscope clip channels, which is still really cool. Still haven't gotten over that. Kale, what kind of story? It is nothing scandalous, Coffee. I don't even know why you would assume that. But, okay, let's begin. This story, it has to do with food. Now, you know, sometimes when you have a get-together with people you haven't seen in some time, you know, maybe it's just like a short little... No, don't say of course, okay? Froggy, why are you saying of course? You are a melon inside of a coconut? Where did we get that from? Why is everyone saying of... What do you mean? Like, okay. Anyway. Old, fat. I'm not old either. I have focused on... Just because I initially focused... I'm gonna stop talking before I keep on digging myself into a hole. Anyway. Had to get that belly drum out. You know, I don't scam people when they use their channel points, I do it. No, it's not a recent story, Jack. It's not a recent story. This isn't something that, you know, I didn't just come from, you know, eating some food and then I showed up here. So, when you have a little get-together with your buddies and pals that you might have not seen before, like for some time, I mean, you'll go out to like a little lunch or a brunch or a dinner, whatever it may be. And so, I sat down and, you know, the waiter took my order and I sat there, waited for my food. We all waited. We had some conversation. Nothing is recent with you. I am not an ancient relic, Coffee. There are plenty of things that are recent with me. You know, I feel I'm pretty trendy. You know, I was in the House of the Dragon tournament, you know. You have pals, surprise. Okay, there's no reason to attack me. But yeah, so then, you know, we made some conversation and then eventually the waiter came out with all of our food. And when they were serving it and placing the plates onto the table, let me actually help you visualize this. Thought they would think you were too old for them? You think that there couldn't be like other old people in the world? You don't think that old people don't have... My goodness, hi Tachyon. Really know how to make an entrance. Your metabolism can keep up with your age. Thankfully you're not as chubby as Queso. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it feels like you guys want to turn me into Queso. Okay, well, yeah, so but when the waiter put the plates onto the table, you know how like sometimes... Let me, like, here's... So imagine this is a rectangular plate, right? So that's one of our plates, and they place it in front of us, and then maybe let's say this is like some parts of the food. It's like these two things, right? So these are two of whatever I ordered, and they placed these two things of like sauce or whatever they might be. And, you know, I wanted to make some more room on my plate. No, I did not eat the plate. I wanted to make some more room on my plate. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna move these two things of sauce to the side. So I placed them, you know, off on the side, and I was like, okay, great. Now I have more room. And then I got caught up in some more conversation and some reorganization of the table, and I looked down, and I was like, hey, there's a space on my plate. What is this? Where did my other meal go? So I look up, and I'm like, hold on, huh? Who ate my third thing? Where did it go? And my friends, don't say old forgetful Kale. Listen, it's believable. It is reasonable for this to happen. And so I look up and I'm like, hey, I look at I'm like, hold on, wait, did someone eat my, and then I realize what happened. And I'm like, oh, these sauces, they were here. I did a little bungle. It was a little silly thing. And I gave a little chuckle, and I was like, okay, so I moved the sauce to the side. These are the sauces. I moved them to the side. They used to be here. So I realized that's what happened. And I tell the people I'm sitting with, and I'm like, oh yeah, never mind. I see I made a mistake here. I looked down, and I thought, oh, someone ate my food. But I realized that wasn't what happened. And then, I kid you not, the person sitting across from me looks at me directly in the eyes and goes, wait, where is it though? And everyone at the table just burst out laughing. Because they weren't kidding. They genuinely had no idea, and they were like, oh my god, they ate your food. And so now we're all just like, I was like, I cannot believe that, like, are you joking? They were not. So it's really just like, we were like two Patrick Stars, just who ate their chocolate bars, forgetting that that I just moved my sauce to the side and I didn't actually eat the food yet. And then you ate them? Yes, and then I ate them, Coffee, yes. I actually had 2 plates. I had 2 entrees. So it was actually more like this, if we want to be accurate with how this looked. So this is, and then the sauces were here. And then actually, I'm remembering I also had another 2 plates like this. And there was some stuff in there. So this is what I ate. That was my meal. I don't believe you. You don't believe which part? You don't believe I ate this much, or you don't believe that I forgot that I had something there? Of course you ate 2 plates. Well, it wasn't like that much, you know, because these are 2 sauces. And then these are not that filling. They're just like, you know, it was just like, it wasn't very heavy. I don't believe you ate. Do you think I starved myself? No, my knees did not collapse after the weight of my belly. That's not something that happens. Okay. You're not proving the rumors wrong. Why? Okay, can we, for a second, explain to me? Someone explain to me. Why is it a rumor at all that I'm fat? Kale never eats. You're eating, Froggy. What are you eating? I did not eat the whole restaurant. No. No, I have very young knees, I have very young skin, I have a very young body, and a very young mind. I am a young man, and I eat food. Can we all agree on that? Blood pressure, you already had a traumatic moment of temporary missing food. You see, at least it wasn't as bad as the one time I finished my food and then forgot I finished my food and then ate half of someone else's meal. Okay, so that's a whole other story. You remember that one, right? Yeah, that was something else. I remember that. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Coffee. I'm sure you have a whole little notebook where you wrote it down so you wouldn't forget. Of course, you ate someone else's meal. What do you mean, of course? Like, you would expect it of me. You wouldn't expect that of me. How are you gonna call me an old man and then say I'm a fat glutton? Like, are old people that hungry? I don't think old people are that hungry, are they? Maybe you saying you have young skin makes you sound like a skinwalker. Okay, maybe you're just reading too many horror stories, Rodin. I think that it is completely fine and normal to say that you have young skin. You could say, my skin's very taut on my face. We're gonna play Edith Finch, by the way. Oh, I already have the category set up. How beautiful is that? We're gonna play some What Remains of Edith Finch. It's like a narrative game, a walking simulator. Thank you to Rin for buying it.